Yo, what is going on, everybody? Gabriel Santos here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about stop depending on marijuana to have an enhanced day, or even better yet, stop depending on marijuana to have an enhanced life. Okay, so the context for this video, first of all, disclaimer, this is not about bashing marijuana. This is not about saying you shouldn't smoke marijuana. This video is for people who clearly have an addictive or dependent relationship on marijuana and are looking to make a more responsible shift in their life, meaning, they want to achieve more things, they want to spend more time doing other things in their life, or they just want to raise the level in their life, but for whatever reason, they can't get a correct handle on marijuana. And so, this video is to help y'all, okay? So, again, the context here is that you're dependent on marijuana, right? And one of the stories that I had for myself and that a lot of people like us have when we're trying to make a shift is that, I don't want to let go of marijuana because it enhances my life, right? It enhances my life and it makes my life so much better. And the ironic part is that, yes, I acknowledge that it enhances your life. And the ironic part is that at 7 p.m. last night, when you're like, I'm done for good, you are of the mindset that it takes away from your life, right? It does the opposite of enhancing, right? So I guess the first thing to acknowledge here is that there's a conflict, right? There's a conflict, and the conflict is between belief systems. One belief system says, oh my God, marijuana enhances my life. It makes my life so good. Why would I not want to smoke anytime I could, right? And then the other belief system says, marijuana is bad. I use it abusively. I use it dependently. It takes away from me. It drains me, right? And so it's this back and forth clashing that has you go fucking insane, right? And so this video is all about letting go of depending on marijuana to have an enhanced life. And so how do you do that? How do you let go of needing marijuana to have an enhanced life? So two things. The first thing is to let go of this story that your life is a million times better when weed is in it, okay? Because if you hold on to that story, anytime you're not smoking weed or anytime you're like, 7 days off, 1 day on with weed, you're literally creating the story of like, oh, because I don't have weed, life is less. And man, life is not as good. I'm struggling. I'm suffering. Where's my fun? Where's my, relaxation time? Oh my God, right? And so if you have a story that says marijuana is such a huge enhancement to my life, and you're someone who's trying to make a shift such that you don't need to smoke marijuana as much, you're going to find yourself suffering because, like, wow, there's no weed. There's such a hole in my life. My life is no longer enhanced, right? So you're going to have to let go of that belief that just because you have marijuana, your life is enhanced, right? So that's the first thing, okay? So maybe a belief that you can take on is whether I smoke weed or not, my life is enhanced, right? My life, the level of love, happiness, joy, success, and freedom that I experience in my life has nothing to do with marijuana at all, right? And that segues us into my second point, which is if you want your life to feel enhanced without marijuana, you got to create a lifestyle as well as the inner tools that allow your life to feel enhanced. Because I promise you, right, there are hundreds of millions of people that don't smoke weed, yet their life is better than yours, right? Relatively speaking. And so clearly, just because someone doesn't smoke marijuana doesn't mean that their life is a lack of enhancement, right? And so consider that for you. This is all about becoming someone that has a life that doesn't require marijuana to feel enhanced, right? And so, some of you might be like, what the fuck? Like, how's that even possible, right? Because, you have a job you don't like, or you have a job you don't love. You're missing you don't have the money, you don't have the cars, you don't have the clothes, your parents might be shitty, your friends and family might not support you, you probably have a level of low self-worth somewhere in there, and it's like, well then and it's no wonder why some of us become so dependent and or addicted to marijuana, because for some of us it is the only thing in our life that makes it enhance. It's like I wake up hating to go to my job. I'm at my job, I hate that too. I hate my boss, I hate everyone in it, right? I don't have any supportive friends. In fact, my own mind eats away at me. And so I'm waiting to go home and smoke that joint, and that joint is like the only saving grace in some of yours day. That used to be my only saving grace. And so here's the thing. You want to know how to have an enhanced life? It's beginning to address the truth of your life and shifting it so that it's no longer what makes you sad and depressed, right? So it's like, okay, so it's one by one, right? Okay, my job, I don't love it, right? I don't love it. Number two, I don't like the money that it makes me. It makes me no money. Guess what? Instead of being depressed, going to your job every day, coming home and smoking, you're gonna have to look at changing your goddamn job. And so consider that this whole journey for many of you is not about how do I get a handle on my pot use. It's how do I get a handle on my life? How do I get a handle on myself? How do I get a handle on my emotions, my mental state? It's not about handling marijuana. It just so happens that, in the midst of your life, you found yourself dependent on marijuana for your happiness or your relaxation or your sense of something. And the reason why it's so hard to let go of it is because it is like that only outlet for all these positive emotions. Now, the ironic part is that marijuana will never be able to replace an actual life that you like, right? Because when the marijuana is gone, right? That's why a lot of us like, man, I don't even get high anymore, but I still smoke the weed. Why is it that? Because there's something in my life that I can't be with, that I'm not enjoying. I don't know how many times I've had a client tell me, like, once they made a shift in their actual life, like, man, once I finally got that job or once I finally got that girlfriend, like, I didn't even want to smoke. So consider that your lifestyle triggers you to smoke weed out of escapism or out of like, self-medication or something, right? And my guess is that people who have a high functioning life, who have fulfillment, who have love, who have joy, when they smoke weed, it's like, oh, this is great, but like that's it. It's not this thing that holds their whole life together. And so I don't mean to like come at you so hard. I'm just so passionate because I used to think that the whole name of the game was, how can I get a handle on marijuana? When really it's how can I get a handle on myself? How can I get a handle on my life? And consider that the way you get a handle on your life is to get a handle on yourself. The way you get a handle on marijuana is to get a handle on yourself. The name of the game is not to handle marijuana. The name of the game is to handle yourself. And when you can handle yourself, you can make anything happen. Because answer me this, if you had a handle on yourself, you'd be able to consciously choose when you do and do not smoke weed. Correct? And if you had a handle on yourself, you'd be able to say, "Oh, this job is not for me. I'm going to go get this job." Right? And so the things that you're going to be faced with is like, "Oh my god, I don't like my life. I need to change it. Oh no, I have to change it. Oh shit. But I'm afraid. Oh no, and I can't just run to weed to just forget about this? Oh fuck." Right? Because here's the thing, you can keep running and running and running and running and smoking and smoking and smoking and smoking. But if you don't address your fucking life, you're gonna need weed forever. And not only that, you're gonna die at whatever age it is and be like, fuck. Why didn't I just face my life and go for it? Damn it. I wasted all this time just smoking pot trying to avoid the problem. Shit. So don't be that person. Don't be that person. Do not wait, okay? The enemy is not marijuana. The enemy is yourself, okay? So get a handle on yourself. Get a handle on your life. Get a handle on marijuana. Stop trying to fucking make your whole life about how do I solve marijuana. It's not the marijuana, guys. It's this. It's the brain that you don't have a handle on. It's your emotional states. It's your triggers that you don't even know are running the show. Okay, so I'm going to talk more on how to deal with all that, but we kind of got off tangent here. But if your life is and if your life lacks enhancement when there's no marijuana, you got to take a look at that. You got to take a look at that, because there are tons of people who don't smoke marijuana whose lives are fantastic. Okay, so let go of this whole I need marijuana to have an enhanced life. Let that go, man. Let that go. It's just weed. Okay? It's just weed. Okay? So stop glorifying it. Stop glorifying it. Stop making it the best thing you've ever seen. Okay? Not to put down marijuana, but again, this video is for people who, you know, found themselves just so more loyal to marijuana than they are to their own self. Right? So please, I don't care if you smoke weed or don't smoke weed, but take a hard look at your life. Is it how you want it to be? And consider that marijuana is just one category for you to have a handle on. It's a category, not everything, okay? So even if your relationship with marijuana is not going well, that doesn't mean your fitness has to be poor. That doesn't mean your career has to be poor. Address the career, address the fitness, right? And you'll see all these connections like, oh my God, I can't even look for a job if I wake up stoned as shit, right? It's like, okay, if I want to have a better job, I by default have to smoke less weed so that I can think clear, right? Or what have you. And so here's the thing. There's a way for you to utilize marijuana that's actually healthy for you. But if you don't know what you want in your life, there's no way in hell you're going to know how to use marijuana effectively, right? Because it's like, okay, if I don't know that I want to be in shape, I'm just going to eat fucking pizza all day. Why not? Pizza's fucking yummy. But I know that I want a certain level of health. I know how I want to feel. I know how I want to look. I know, my other responsibilities. So it's like, okay, pizza's not the move right now. But it's gone to a point, and I was here too, it's gone to a point where for many of us, we are just looking for pleasure binges to fucking drown ourselves in. Seriously. And so, depending on where you're at in your journey, have the balls, have the courage to be like, fuck, my life is not where I want it to be, right? Not to say that you have to be all depressed, like, oh my God, right? But just look at your life. Okay, I'm a 6s across the board, 6 out of 10s across the board. I have a 9 out of 10 here in health. I have a 2 out of 10 here in relationship. I have a 0 out of 10 here. I have a 6 out of 10 here, right? Really map this out, right? And be like, okay, where do I want my life to be on these numbers? Oh, 10s out of 10, right? Or at the very least, move everything up one notch, right? So consider that this is not about you getting a handle on marijuana. This is about you getting a handle on all categories in your life. All categories in your life, okay? So that's it. That's it. Just telling y'all how it is, all right? Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. Leave down in the comments below something that you learned from this video, and leave down in the comments below something that I missed, or maybe something you disagree with, or maybe an added insight that you want to expand on from this video. But anyways, y'all, I love y'all so much. We got to 3K subscribers. Are you fucking serious, guys? Oh my God, dude. Oh my fucking God. 3,000 subscribers. I couldn't even believe it. We're gonna be at 4,000 before you know it. And just so y'all know, you'll probably have noticed that I'm making other video topics now, so it's not just centered around marijuana anymore. It's about having a handle on your whole life, right? And so just like I said in this video, our lives are not just about our marijuana intake going well. Is my health going well? Is my romance going well? Is my family category going well? So we are beginning to touch on all topics now, and hopefully you'll see how it all relates to your marijuana situation anyways. But regardless, I love you all. Thank you all so much. Hopefully this video made a big difference for you, or a little difference, or no difference at all. It doesn't matter. If you made it at the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. Until the next video, peace.